I would say not very likely, which is quite concerning. It's once again, Harvard is at the center of this anti-Semitism storm that's taking over the nation, both in higher education and across the country. Don't forget, Harvard was the first place that there was a mass protest and declaration of blaming Israel for the attacks on October 7th. Then we saw the dismal response by its leadership and the ongoing drama with Claudine Gay. And now we're back to students returning from their homes, returning from break, and coming back to Harvard with posters defaced posters of little Kfir Bibas and accusations that the hostages in some way have a connection to nefarious pedophile Jeffrey Epstein, and accusations that Israel was behind 9/11. What's most concerning is that, Harvard with $50 billion in resources, Harvard with hundreds of years of academic history, Harvard as the leading academic light in the country, they knew that these students were coming back yesterday. We knew that they're returning to class. Why wasn't something done to protect them? Why wasn't there extra effort made to ensure that students came back and felt safe? So once again, we have Harvard at the center of all institutions, even after Claudine Gay, even after these mass protests. Once again, Harvard's at the center of this anti-Semitism storm, and nothing's being done.
Harvard University, which has faced, as you mentioned, accusations of letting anti-Semitism run rampant on campus, hasn't commented as of yet on the posters, but they've also asserted that the claims are grossly exaggerated. So often there's the chant of "from the river to the sea" on campus. So many who chanted won't even be able to tell you what river and what sea they're referring to. So is it brainwashing, ignorance, or just blatant anti-Semitism that many students who stand behind it are calling literally for the total elimination of the state of Israel?
Yeah, so I think it's a bit of both. I mean, there are plenty of students who are leading these protests around the country who clearly believe in what they're saying, and they sort of stake their academic and probably professional futures on this belief, on ending what they call the occupation, ending the genocide. And there are probably a vast number of followers who, see this as a trendy cause, a trendy woke cause du jour, which is going to get them likes on social media and high fives amongst their friends. I think the bigger issue here is what's happening at Harvard and other campuses, and this explosion of anti-Semitism is really a distraction from some of the bigger issues. Today we're having the primaries in New Hampshire. The Oscars have just been announced. There's talk of a ceasefire. Within all of these major news events sit Israel, Gaza, Palestine, Hamas, the kidnapped hostages. This is really emerging as the central narrative of every major issue in the world today, with huge implications politically, economically, geopolitically. And what we're talking about are a bunch of students defacing posters. We're seeing cities across America officially demand ceasefires, San Francisco and Chicago. Also smaller cities like Burlington, Vermont. We're seeing big protests in Denver shutting down the city center. We saw a fashion show yesterday in Paris ending with a pro-Gaza message. So what we're seeing is this focus on Israel as the aggressor, Israel as the cause of this problem, infiltrating, permeating every major topic today in the news cycle. And this is what's most concerning. We're talking about posters, but really this has impact way beyond Harvard to really every single major issue today.